Excuse me. Yeah.
Hi, everybody. Welcome to the Part of Your Broadway World podcast. Today we have Lana Gordon with us,
Hello.
and we're gonna with the anticipated Hadestown Pro Shot coming out that came out, and I saw it, and oh my God,
Yeah, yeah.
wow,
It's just a blessing all around. Just I believe that Hadestown for me, being part of the family,
yeah,
they are very loyal
yeah,
to their artist.
mm,
And I believe that this success is so deserving
yeah,
because they treat their people so good.
mm-hmm, mm-hmm. Uh, were you in the cast with like Eva and Reeve
Yes,
too?
I came in because Amber Gray needed some time with her family. This is, after the pandemic, and she needed time to just reassess and be with family. And so that audition came, and so I was her standby. I
Mm,
did the Sunday shows and the Tuesday shows, so she had a
mhm.
full weekend, which I think most artists should have. I think matinees should be outlawed.
Yeah, matinees. I haven't done those personally, but I've heard that those can be a bitch.
Yeah, they're brutal. They're brutal,
Yeah,
especially the Chicago one, being that I think is the worst of all of the ones on Broadway.
yeah,
That
yeah,
schedule is just, you're like, wait, I'm not done. I just did four show, a double, a quadruple. Like it's just, yeah,
yeah, yeah.
it's a lot.
Um, so then I wanted to start off by saying by with this first question of like you've had such an incredible career on Broadway.
Thank
Looking
you.
back, looking back, what first inspired you to become a performer then?
Well, do you want the real story? I mean, I've always loved Barbara Streisand and Donna Summer, but I tell this to my kids, I tell this to everybody, but I wanted a cat at 9 years
Mm.
old. And my mother says, well, if you learn your timetables all the way up to 12, you'll get a cat. And I didn't do, I got up until 11 and some change.
Mm.
And my mother gave me dancing lessons instead. And I cried and I said, Mom, I've always wanted to be a dancer. And she's like, why did you tell me? And then that started my career from 9 years
Mm.
old.
Was there a particular moment when you realized like this is what I want to do for the rest of my life then?
Oh gosh, I think I've always wanted to do this. I think there was no moment of like, this is it. But I could say when I stepped into the role as Nala, when I was the emergency, no one, like, I don't know, the story, Heather Headley tells it all the time, or she told it once in an interview. Um, she had fallen and twisted her ankle, and both of her understudies were out. One was on vacation, one was sick. This was
Mm.
Saturday matinee. And because I had such admiration for her and still do, I said, I know all her lines as a dancer.
Mm. Mm.
And when I stepped into that spotlight, which is the brightest light you could ever feel, I said, this is it. This is
Mm.
what I want. This and only
Yeah.
this. Yeah.
Hmm. Yeah. Well, then speaking of the Lion King, you were part of the original Broadway cast of the Lion
Yes.
King
Yeah. As a dancer.
as a dancer. What was it like helping bring that such an iconic production to life?
Well, I must say that when we were in the rehearsals at 890 Broadway, I remember being in the puppets, and I turned to one of my colleagues. I said, "This is never going to work. I mean, look at us, we're in puppets," and the rest is history. So just to be part of something that is has it in all other languages, it
Yeah.
still reaches the people. And I personally am like, wow, I did that dancing role. I mean, that dance track, 8 shows a week. How did I do that? But when you're younger, because I'm still young, you just, I don't know, you do things that are just extraordinary.
You understudied for young Nala. I also believe that you played Shenzi.
Yes, yes. The company manager, I remember we were sitting on the sixth floor in New Amsterdam, and I wasn't. I was auditioning for Nala and I auditioned for Shenzi, and because I did the cheetah and I was an understudy for both of the roles, the
Mm.
company manager at the time said, "Hey, sometimes you got to leave a situation in order for them to see the value." So the opportunity came to do Jesus Christ Superstar at the Ford Theater in the year
Mm.
2000. So I did that. And then about 5 months in, Disney called me and said, "Hey, Lana, would you like to have Shenzi?" And I said, "I'll call you back." And my friend Matt, I called Matt Farrell and I said, "Oh my God, I just got an offer." He was like, "Girl, what? Call them back." So, and then I did Shenzi. I was very green as a comedian then, because I followed great comedians before me, and
Mm.
very, very green. So I learned the ropes. I think, yeah, some moments on that stage, I wasn't as funny as I thought. It
Mm.
takes, comedy is not easy, but I
Mm.
did that role for 2 years.
Yeah. So then, like, how did you approach playing two very different characters? Because they're very different.
Well, I mean, Nala, she's majestic. She's royal. And Shenzi's earthy and funny and crass. I could tap into both easily.
Mm.
So I loved playing Nala, but I really loved playing Shenzi.
Mm.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean,
Yeah.
Nala is an easier role at that time. I think
Yeah.
now Shenzi's even easier because they took out the chase.
Yeah.
The chase, I was like,
Yeah.
come off
Yeah.
stage, I would drink a gallon of water. And people are like, "How do you
Mm.
do that?" I'm like this.
Hmm. Yeah, I saw the tour of The Lion King and I loved it. Oh my
Yeah.
gosh. It was so interactive because they went out into the audience and I'm like, I love that. I love it.
Yeah. I mean, that when we did it on the Tonys, and having all the animals, come down the aisles. And I think it was really
Yeah.
quite
Mhm.
majestic. I don't even know
Yeah.
if that's the right word, but something
Yeah.
bigger than amazing, but
Yeah.
majestic.
Hmm. So then, what is your is there a favorite memory from your time with The Lion King that still makes you smile today?
The Nala story.
Nala?
Yeah. I mean, how could that not? I mean, even I would bump into the president, Disney at the time, and he was like, "Yeah, hey, Lana, how are you? We still tell your story." And I'm still like, the phrase that people used for me was like, "Watch your back, Lana knows your track." I mean, I wasn't like that. I watched by learning. So it is still by my favorite memory of Lion King.
Mm.
And also getting the job, you know, sitting, you know, I I was online for, I don't know, 6 hours, down there waiting to sing, you know, 6 bars or 8 bars, and I sang "Try" from Janis Joplin. So not right for this
Mm.
show. "Try" from Janis Joplin, a rock and roll song for Disney. They're like, "Lana, do you dance?" And I literally jumped into first position. I said, "Yes, I do." And the rest is history. Yeah.
Yeah, because like when you first think of Disney, that's not what you think of.
No, I mean, I'm gonna sing "Try." I mean, squelching.
Oh, that's hilarious.
Yeah, I love that. I mean, so
I
those,
love that.
yeah.
I love
So
it.
I just had energy that they love. So two stories. Nala and my audition, my first initial audition.
Okay, and now I'm gonna switch
Gears.
that's what I meant. I don't know why I'm like so I like either talk too fast and then I switch like I like stumble my words.
Because you're so intelligent. That's what happens to very highly artistic people is that we are ahead of ourselves and we get excited. I think that's what it is.
Yeah. So then I want to switch gears a little bit and talk about Hadestown.
Oh, yeah,
Uh,
okay.
uh, what first attracted you to the role of Persephone?
Actually, I'd be lying if I'd say anything but the audition came in and I said, "Oh, what is this?" And my my agent was like, "It's Hadestown." I was like, "Oh, I saw a few things."
Hmm.
And I just auditioned for it and then got the role. And I was like, "Oh, this is a nice role. This is a nice show." Because I didn't see it before I even got the job. So I didn't know what it was about. My most, memorable moment was watching Lady from the Underground from Amber Graham. Like, oh my God, what a chameleon as an actor and a singer. Just what a blueprint for me to have.
Yeah, I remember sitting in the theater on Saturday when I went to go see the pro shot, and she was singing that song, and I was like, "Oh my God, you got us of a woman!"
Yeah,
Like,
she really
what?
is. She's very earthy and down. When I met her, she was very normal, just everyday woman, just saying, "Hey, how are you?" It was a joy to learn from the best.
Mhm. And now she's Riff Raff in Rocky Horror.
I
So,
know, which is so perfect.
yeah. Uh, then Persephone has so many emotional layers. What was the biggest challenge and the biggest joy of playing her?
I would say to find myself in the
Mm-hmm.
role. That's the biggest challenge because when you are looking at someone and so many different interpretations of the role, I think the challenge for this kind of role is how do I put myself, my life, my journey, my real emotions into this role? How do I make it my own? That was the
Mm-hmm.
challenge. And I was fortunate to have 4 years. It could be longer, on
Yeah.
the tour, on the Broadway stage. I was fortunate to be able to come to the role every single time in a different stage of my life. That's the beautiful thing about revisiting a role.
Mm-hmm.
So that was the challenge for me is finding my own way of interpreting her and then taking a little bit from others as well.
Mm-hmm.
And of course, the direction from Rachel.
Mm-hmm. Like like finding a way to make it not look identical to Amber Gray's kind of.
Yeah, of course. I mean, you don't want that. I mean, that's what I believe that this show in particular really makes sure that you're not a carbon copy of the next person, yeah, of
Yeah.
the person before you. They
Yeah.
really let the person find their light
Mm-hmm.
in that character. And
Mm-hmm.
that's what makes everyone different in that role.
Mm-hmm.
So everybody for me that I've seen do this role is iconic
Yeah.
and full of light, vibrancy, and love.
Mm-hmm. Did you ask Amber Gray like when you were stepping into Persephone? Did you ask Amber Gray for advice?
From time to time, I was more of a watcher.
Mm-hmm.
I'm more of an observer.
Mm-hmm.
Um, but she was open and available to answering any questions. So I may have asked her a little bit about the drunkenness and stuff like that, but I more or less watched her,
Mm-hmm.
studied her, and then listened to her.
That's where I get that from. I was like, because I was watching the profile, I was like, she's drunk half the time.
Yeah, she is. And it's realistic.
Yeah,
It's easy to put a hat on a hat, but she doesn't do that. She's just that.
yeah. She's
Yeah.
just that. Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. And given to me with like what Persephone is going through at that time, like, she's dealing with a husband that doesn't give her the time of day or like is like it's power hungry person.
Right.
And so why I don't blame you to be drunk half the
Yeah.
time.
Yeah, exactly. To pass time a little bit quicker.
Yeah. That's
To numb
life.
the feelings, to numb the feelings and say everything's fine,
Yeah.
you
Yeah.
know?
You will not believe how this ring changes color right on your hand. Seriously, by day it's a dreamy green, and by night, suddenly deep red. Alexandrite is rarer than diamonds, but with Molly Jewelry's lapstones, I actually got this magical look without dropping a fortune. The stone totally stands out, and you can pick your fave shape and metal. It's a lucky little transformation piece, so special for gifts or just yourself. Which cut would you choose? Drop a comment and let's obsess together.
Did your interpretation of Persephone change over the course of the run?
Yes, absolutely. I found her
Hmm.
each and every time. There was moments where I missed it completely. Persephone's are hit, it can be hit or miss, and it's easy to miss. It's easy to miss. It's easy to play her one way, but there's so many layers to her. And to find those layers each and every time I stepped on the stage, especially when I actually got the role and I was there 8 shows a week, it's easier. When you're there and you're, going on a Sunday and then a Tuesday, you have all that time to go, okay, that's not easy coming in and covering. Covering is not an easy, it's hard to find.
Mm. Real quick, I just saw this you want to hear a really funny story about of like it was during the pandemic and I was listening to the Hadestown like I listened all through the pandemic I listened to Hadestown because I love Hadestown and I the one song I would play on repeat though it was Lady of the Underground
Yeah,
which like
my
if you
favorite.
yeah but but the meaning behind that song is like during the pandemic when we're stuck inside, bored out of our minds. Like there's two different meanings here. And, like if you listen to the words, it's like, oh, that's ironic.
Right, absolutely.
So I just,
Absolutely.
oh my gosh, I just saw that. Sorry, I just like that's popped in my mind. I just saw that. I'm like, oh, that'd be a funny story to tell on here.
Right.
Was there like a particular song or scene that you looked forward to performing every night?
There's two. Is Lady from the Underground and the and Raise Your Cups. That one.
Mhm. Yeah.
I don't know. I felt like I can drop all that
Mhm.
and just sing. And that last song it was for my mother. So I got a chance to acknowledge my mother
Mhm.
night after night after night. So yeah, that was one of my favorite songs.
Mhm. I love that song too because it's like they I love how that song it's like their mourning like they're comforting Orpheus in the fact of like you lost your love forever now because you looked back. So this song is for you and for all of you and
Yes, to the audience. It's
yeah,
to the audience. Is the story is no longer, it's for the people.
yeah,
Yeah.
exactly, and I love that.
Yeah, me too. Me too.
So then Hadestown has developed such a passionate fan base. Why do you think the show connects so deeply with audiences today?
It resonates with people and their hearts and what they're going through, and it allows people to just be okay with themselves. I think it's
Mm,
just an escape because I guess, I mean, I don't, it might be controversy, but I don't really focus on the negativity of the world because it just doesn't serve me.
mm,
But I know those who not focus on it, but like really dive deep into that part and
mm,
compassion. I really feel like there's something freeing about Hadestown. I
yeah.
mean, I know that every time I get a chance to go into that building and to be with the people, whether they
Yeah.
change or not, there's something magical that goes on in that show.
Mhm.
You can't put your finger on it. It's a show that heals the hearts.
Yeah.
That's what it does.
Mhm.
And it heals my heart. and it makes me stronger every time I go in. Yeah, and the music is so beautiful.
Yeah.
I never get tired of hearing it. I'll listen to it without even knowing, like if I'm not going in, I'll still listen to it from time to time.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. That Anais Mitchell is just like
Yeah. She's a hummingbird.
yeah.
I think that's the best way. She just looks around, just like, and she plants her seeds of greatness everywhere
Yeah.
in people and music. And she's created a masterpiece with
Yeah.
this music.
Yes. Yes, I agree.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So then for someone seeing Hadestown for the first time, what do you hope that they take away from?
Gosh, what do I hope that they take away? Oh my goodness. I don't know. What do I hope that they take away with? I hope that they support all musicals. Just keep coming to see. I mean, I don't know how to answer that question. I just hope that they are moved.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'm sorry. No, I don't know how to
you're
answer that question.
fine.
Like, I don't know. I hope that they feel a sense of freedom within themselves to be themselves and to always know that love is here and now.
Mm-hmm.
We should love one another. I was telling the kids that I just worked with at Shrek Junior. I said, how would the world be if we were all colorblind? Will we still live in that same judgmental world where we all look at each other on the outside rather than their hearts?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah, I agree. And it is as like the message about the story too is like I would take away like, fight for love because that's what Orpheus did. He went down to hell to get Eurydice back.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah. And didn't end up the way he'd want it. My friend who sees it a lot of times, he's like, maybe it's so cute. His name is Travell. He said, well, if I go see the pro shot, will it end differently this time? And then he saw it and he says, no, then it's the same way. He's always hopeful. We're always hopeful. We're always hopeful.
We're always hopeful, yeah.
I mean, and it's a big, I remember the first time I saw it, and I was like, I was one of those in the audience, gasp. I was like, oh my God. And then I was like, oh my God, I'm part of something amazing.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Okay, and then I'm gonna switch ties again
Oh, good.
to Chicago.
Yes.
In Chicago.
Yes.
So Velma Kelly.
Yes.
Yes. So Velma Kelly is such an iconic role.
Absolutely.
What was it like stepping into her shoes?
Well, I first stepped into her shoes in a German, and yeah, I performed Velma Kelly in German. I don't know if you know that.
I didn't know that.
Yeah. Yeah, I lived overseas for 10 years. I did many shows in German. I did Sister Act, Tarzan, and leading roles.
Mm-hmm.
And Chicago. So stepping into Velma. I think also Velma is another one of those roles where you got to find yourself in that role. She's not an easy role to pick, to have. She has many layers, and I think it's the more you understand yourself, the more you understand Velma.
Yeah.
And that's the key. I had the opportunity to play Velma for 7 years off and on the tour, and then on Broadway. And I was able to find myself. I remember the first time I did play her, a director friend of mine, choreographer, he said, you're good, but you're too young.
Yeah.
Too young. There's got to be, and I'm not saying age-wise number, I'm saying in your mind. You got to know who she is. So stepping into Velma, after all these iconic women, I'm like, oh my God, I have to rise to the occasion. But it takes time with that role.
Yeah. So then, like, how was performing it in Chicago different from performing in a show like Hadestown or The Lion King?
I would say all the roles that I've played have the similar kind of strong women.
Mm.
So I just step into self. I think it's just nice to get that I got a chance to play all these iconic roles. Yes, they're all different, but all the same in some way.
Mm.
Yeah. Yeah, I loved playing that role.
Mm.
It was hard on the body. There's a what's it? I can't do it alone, but Velma takes a stand.
Mm.
And there's a couple times because with the chair. And then I kind of had this joke, especially on like a Saturday matinee. I would come up and I would tell my dresser, I'd be like, well, the chair won today. I mean, she's the sprinter. She's the one that goes out and be like, da, 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 and then stop. While Roxy's like, dun, 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 she's very, but I still love that role. She's pretty amazing.
Mm. My first ever experience with Chicago was the movie back in 2000.
Mine too.
Whatever. I can't remember what year it was. 2004?
Yeah.
Four?
Which is
Yeah.
so amazing.
Yeah.
So different from the stage.
So good.
Yes. And sometimes I get off the stage door and, people who've seen the movie are a little bit disappointed that it's just never changing and, always in black and no one ever changes. Because when I saw the movie, and then I got the role in Germany, I was like, oh my God, I'm going to have white jacket on, white fur on the,
Yeah.
No, it's just black and a hat.
And like Catherine Zeta-Jones as Velma Kelly, like, come on.
Exactly.
It's iconic.
Yeah, she is.
And then there's also Renee Zellweger too, as Roxy.
Yeah, it was a perfectly cast.
Yeah.
Perfectly cast.
Oh yeah. So then I wanted to also talk about your career for a little bit. You've worked on so many incredible productions. Is there one role that changed you the most as an artist?
Okay. Yes. And it's probably not going to come as something you probably expect, but recently I was the director of Shrek Jr. That was the most life-changing I've had in my career. I mean, all the other roles I've done changed me in so many ways, but the most I changed as an artist was directing those kids, because I saw myself in those kids. They saw me, and I changed them, but they really changed me. Don't Miss a Beat is a great organization, and working with these three incredible women, that was the most life-changing musical.
Yeah.
So that's kind of like, there's a lot of roles, Carmen Cabana, Velma, Hadestown. Yeah, all these roles was very life-changing, but my most iconic to this moment is directing those kids.
Yeah. Well, speaking of that too, like, what was it like to, go from, being on Broadway and doing all these shows to now you're teaching kids?
Well, directing. I mean, teaching is one thing and directing is another.
Yeah, directing kids, yeah.
Philip Boykin messaged me early in the beginning of the summer and said, hey, Lana, Don't Miss a Beat down in Jacksonville, Florida is looking for a director. I recommended you. I think you would be great. I was like, I've never done that before. What do you mean? But when I arrived, I realized, oh, this is something I can give back. All the stuff, all the directors that I've worked with, good and bad, I'm able to pour into these kids of what I learned. So for me, I didn't think I was going to be able to find something as equally rewarding as being on stage as directing kids. So
Yeah.
having said that, I'm like, I can do it both.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Um, then I wanted to ask, like, what's something you've learned over your career that you wish you had known when you were just starting out? And
Mm, I wish I would have believed in myself more.
Mhm.
I think most artists feel that. We're so easily persuaded and, we doubt ourselves as our younger selves. We can, at least I did. And I wish I didn't do that. Wish I just said, no, no, you're good. I mean, internally, I don't think it ever showed that I had
Yeah.
doubt, but
Mhm.
internally with my thoughts.
Mhm. Yeah. Then, uh, what advice would you give to young performers who dream of making it to Broadway then?
Well, that we're all unique. We all have something to give in this world. Never give up and hang around people that inspire you
Mhm.
and that lift you up.
Mhm.
The other ones, let them go.
Yeah.
And know there's always a place for you on
Mhm.
that Broadway stage. And you got to keep going. You can't stop. You can't. It's like the guy mining for gold, You can't be that guy mining for gold, keep mining, and then all of a sudden you're like, I'm done. And then the next person comes and strikes gold. Got to keep going. That's for my mom. So whenever you feel down, you're like, oh God, nothing's happening. You're right around the corner just to your biggest blessing.
Mhm. Then what qualities do you think are most important for building a lasting career in theater?
Um, be nice to people
Hmm.
that will follow you your entire career.
Hmm.
Discipline,
Hmm.
study, continue to study. Even when you think you've arrived, keep studying.
Hmm.
There's always
Yeah.
something to learn. Watch other people. Be happy for other people. Be happy for other people. That's the
Hmm.
key. That's the key. There's enough for everybody.
Yep, because what I've learned is you can't just like go to audition and just think that you're going to get that role. Like
Right.
you need to study theater and study acting in order to learn how
Right.
to audition and act.
Right. Right.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
So then, before we wrap up, I have some fun questions.
Yay. You're amazing, by the way.
Thank you. Oh my
You really
gosh.
are.
Thank you.
You made this so big, just like, you know, playing a nice, uh, I don't know, game of tennis.
Tennis.
That calm without any competition.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
We're not, yeah.
Some fun questions. Okay. If you could bring back any role you've played for one more performance, which would it be?
Carmen Cubana. Nobody knows that. So Carmen.
I don't even think I know that.
No, it's a German production and it was probably one of my best roles, music, everything. It was the best role I've ever had.
Uh,
And it's, a German production, but Carmen Cubana, like Carmen.
yeah.
Don't gonna wait up. Yeah, she's Carmen.
If you weren't a performer, what career do you think you'd have?
If I wasn't a performer, let's see what I would have been. Well, I've always wanted to be a teacher naturalist, which is so weird. Like, nature. I love nature, so I'd probably be in some safari. I don't know, something like that.
Hmm. What's one Broadway show you wish you could have been in?
That is a crazy, crazy question. What that I wish I could have been in my younger self, younger days.
Mm-hmm.
There's two:
Mm-hmm.
Hamilton and Wicked.
Oh, I would have loved to see you in Hamilton. Damn it. Oh,
Yeah, just past they didn't gel, they didn't cross, which is
yeah.
okay. We can't have it all.
Yeah. Well, speaking of Hamilton, though, like now that you said that, I find it so funny to it's like so funny that the Hadestown Pro Shot has like beat
Hamilton.
yeah that Pro Shot. I'm like, whoa,
Yeah. Yeah.
it's wild.
I haven't seen it. When I come to New York City in the fall, I will see it.
Yeah,
Or no, it won't even be around.
no,
Oh no. Well, maybe it will be extended.
yeah, um, yeah, because like I was reading online yesterday, like it got 100% Rotten Tomatoes. I'm like, dang,
100%.
yeah,
Oh, I didn't know that.
yeah, like. That's incredible for like for only a 5 day like
Yeah, just think if they just extend it for, they probably will.
yeah. Do you think they
I,
should?
I think they can by popular demand.
They should.
Well,
I
we'll
want
put
to
it in
see
the
it.
universe.
I want to see
Universe,
it
take
more.
it.
I want to see it more.
Yes, me too. I want to see it, period.
Yeah, exactly. What's one song from any musical that you wish you had the chance to perform?
One song in any musical that I wish I had to perform. I mean, I performed it, Defined Gravity. I've done that. So I don't think it's that one. Oh, don't tell me not to live, just sit and huddle.
I
That one.
love that. I
I mean, I've
love.
sung that for most of my
Mhm,
adult. I mean, that's my favorite song of all time. Like, in
mhm,
fact, people say to me since my mother, when I was 9,
mhm.
you look at you looking like Barbara Streisand. People are like, you look like Barbara Streisand. And I
Yeah.
very few and people, and then my cousin said, yeah, because I'm adopted. She said, for the longest time, I thought Barbara was your mom. And then somebody recently said, you look like Barbara Streisand. And if they ever do, you know, autobiography of her, you should play her. I said, Color, I don't think I could do that, but I do look like Barbara, and I love that. So yeah, that song, "The Rain of My Parade."
Hmm. I want Funny Girl to go back on Broadway. I'll
Oh,
say
me
it.
too. Me
Yeah.
too. I wish I
Yeah.
could play her, but I can't because
All right. So some closing questions now.
losing.
What's next for you that you're excited about?
I have something coming up, but it hasn't been announced yet. So
Okay.
therefore, I cannot say. But it's going to be in New York. So
Okay. So,
be prepared. But
be
it's a new show.
prepared.
It's a new show.
Yeah. Um, where can everyone keep up with you online?
Oh my gosh, I love TikTok. So TikTok or Instagram.
Mm.
And I
Okay.
guess I can just say it. I don't know how to. Should I look and see what it is? I don't even know what handle it is.
You can look and see it, or like,
Or you can do it.
yeah,
Let me see. My handle of TikTok is, which I love, is at Lana Lovey 0.
mm. And I believe it's the same on the
And,
other.
and, and on Instagram is Lana Jean Gordon.
Okay. Yes, I can see it now. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. I was about to look
And I
too.
love TikTok. So it's probably, but I learned so much about things like what to eat, what's good for you.
Yeah.
I love it.
Um, Finally, what does being part of the Broadway community mean to you?
Oh, unity.
Unity.
Yeah.
Mhm.
I feel like we're so supportive with one another, and there's such a love and respect. And I think people are rooting for each other.
Yeah.
That's what I feel.
Mhm.
It's kind of like because life does what it does. We
Mhm.
continue to spiral upward.
Mm.
And as long as we're being lifted along the way, it's how do we get better as artists and as people? So I feel that with the Broadway community.
Yeah.
I'm grateful that I got in when I did so many years ago with Lion
Yeah.
King.
And yeah, like people say like what's it like being in the Broadway community? It's like that. It's called a Broadway community because it is a community. Like we are a community.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
It's special, and we
Yeah.
really support,
Yeah.
one another.
Yeah. Well, thank you so much, Lana, for coming
Anytime,
on.
reach out anytime. Tell me what you're doing, please.
I
And
will.
I'll message you privately with what I'm doing.
Okay. Yeah. Okay. I'm gonna shush. Uh,
Great.
no.
Have a great rest of the day.
Well, with that being said, we are off, and I will see you 2 stars later. Bye, guys.
Yes. Bye.